So welcome to JG's Fight Talk. Yes, you're here once again for another live prediction show with Joel and the EFB man himself, Ender. And we are going for Dennis McCann versus Ionut Baluta, however you want to say it. But that's how we're going to. So we'll just stick with Baluta. So, on the 18th of August at York Hall, the famous venue in England, for the WBO Inter-Continental Super Bantamweight title, which is vacant currently. McCann, 14 fights, 14 wins, 8 knockouts, versus Baluta, 20 fights, 16 wins, 3 knockouts. Last time McCann was out was the 11th, 22, and that was against Ham, if you want to call him that. And that was a win by TKO round 8. And then Baluta was last out this year in March. So coming off a good win against Kane in a win on a split decision. So there's sort of the tail of the tape, as it were. Ender, a good fight. A good test for McCann.
A good test to see where Dennis McCann is now. We remember Baluta from when he fought McCann in the lockdown, and I remember saying at the time we felt Baluta equipped himself very well, and he lost in a split decision, if I'm not incorrect, and could have given it to him. You know what I mean?
So, it was one of those, wasn't it?
Sweet in my mouth.
That's right.
But that's the kind of that's a good test now to see where Dennis is now, because he is kind of calling out these bigger players at the weight, but I think this is really a better fight for him right now to just exactly see where he is, because we know he's all action and he's very, very busy fighter, but we'll just like to see, if he's given a bit of a sterner test, how does he react? And it'll be interesting to see how he does. Now, I expect McCann to win, but he won't have it all his own way.
No.
And so my prediction is it'll be a tight affair, and if McCann gets him out by just sheer volume, because that's how Dennis McCann operates. He's like a little Tasmanian devil. He'll come in and he'll buzz him out, or otherwise I'd say he will win it on a points decision. So it's either a late stoppage or points for Dennis McCann.
Yeah, I think if there's going to be a stoppage in this fight, it will come from McCann. Obviously, coming from the 3 knockouts from Baluta in the 16 wins that he's had, he's obviously not a knockout artist, but at the same time, a tough individual.
Very true, yeah.
But I don't know, as you say, if there's going to be a stoppage, it could potentially come late on. But I'm going for points for McCann. Obviously, Baluta fought in March, but it was a split decision. So he's going to want to come out and get that majority decision or a win by any other means, if possible, or even going to cards. Because split is always a funny one, isn't it? But
but even if he doesn't win, Baluta will want to equip himself very well, which any fight, I'm just going to get rid of that. Any fight I've seen him in, he does equip himself well. So it will be a good test, looking back to how he tested McCann. But this is a different type of fighter. McConnell's a very stylish, skillful fighter, whereas Dennis McCann is a pressure fighter. He just really, really busy. And
he'll want the stoppage, won't he? Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
He'll want the stoppage.
I'm remembering his last fight where he was supposed to get the stoppage much sooner, and he was brought the whole way to round 8, with an opponent I wouldn't regard as highly as Baluta. So I think saying it could go the whole way up to points wouldn't be a bad prediction at all. That's why I'm kind of saying, it could go to points, but with his sheer volume of work, McCann could take him out later on. The referee could say, right, that's enough of this, and wave it off. However, again, like you predicted there, the points win for McCann, I wouldn't be surprised. And again, wouldn't be surprised if it was a split decision. I know people don't like people who predict split decisions, but what we're saying there is the fight won't be conclusive,
Yeah.
Because McCann will have all the energy and the work rate. But Baluta will just test him a little bit more than he's been tested so far, and we'll just see how much Haribo he'll be eating at the end of this.
Well, and as we say, WBO Intercontinental title on the line, up for grabs rather, but it gives you an opportunity to get more of the ranking in the WBO. That's what it's about.
It gets you higher up the ranking and gets you closer to a world title shot. But just seeing who's up there at the very top of their division now, I don't think anyone's in a particular hurry to get up there.
No, but
there's a lot of domestic fights that could very well make it for McCann. I mean, you've got Wood, you've got Conlon, and you've got Warrington, all of which the only trouble is obviously Wood and Warrington are with Matchroom, and Conlon is with Top Rank, and so that could be made. But
I think, as you say, there's some great fights to be had, isn't there?
But I don't think that would be a fight that would benefit Mick Conlon in any way if he's looking for a title. So I would say I would like, in time perhaps, Warrington and McCann for the sheer just, explosion that would be.
The meat in the centre of the ring almost, isn't it?
Absolutely. It will be a brawl, literally a brawl.
Let us know in the comments how you're seeing this one. Me and Ender generally going for points, but if there's a stoppage, it will be McCann late on. But let us know how you see it. And make sure, as I say, hit the subscribe button as well. We really appreciate everyone who joins us, watches the stuff. Really appreciate it. So hit the subscribe button, chuck us a comment. We'll get back to you as well. And Ender, we move on. Until then, have some of this.
Have it.